Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Blake's Pai Sho Academy. Today, we're going to be doing another Pai Sho and Chat episode. Today, we've got 50 games about to go over, so let's begin. We've got ourselves our Ancient Oasis expansion game, and that reminds me, I want to make a video covering the expansion for Skud, but also I want to make some different videos covering all the different optional rules for the variants on this website, like the Ancient Oasis expansion. So for this, since our opponent is gate controlling pretty much everything, I think we're going to utilize the fact that we have a pawn tile, which I like this tile a lot. Don't think I'm the best at using it, but I think it's a very fun tile and very unique. So I'm going to be doing this and then plant and put a pawn tile over here in hopes to get a white 3 over here. I think that's a pretty nice counter to this full gate control that my opponent is doing. Human Child, let's see here. Okay, so I was threatening a win, of course, to wheel this orchid away. They blocked it by putting the red 3 here. They're not really threatening anything with the red 3 here, they're just blocking my win threat as far as I can see. Another part of this move I did was so that I could capture this white 4, because before this, it was currently protected by being clashing with my white 4. I couldn't capture their white 4, so I moved it out of the way while making a win threat. So they blocked my win threat, but they could not stop me from capturing this white 4, which I think I will do. I know it is frozen by the orchid, but I don't mind that too much, and I'm not sure what else to do in that position right now. Move out our white 3 and plant a red, or let's move out our white 5 and plant a red 3 over here. Actually, instead of a red 3, we should do a white 5. I suppose. And actually, instead of planting it over there, we should plant the white 5 here, just so that it is more easily able to harmonize with this if we need it to, because eventually the idea is to get it here, but I planted it here so that if needed to, we can form harmony with this rose before then if we need to. Over here, it has the same objective, but it's not going to be able to harmonize with this rose earlier on if we need it to. Okay, so I had to use an accent tile to stop their win. And now they have another win threat that we're going to have to stop, but this time I don't think we have to use an accent tile. We can just move our red 5 here and get closer to developing this win threat. Actually, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we don't have a win threat yet, but we will soon. Another Vagabond game. I think I will capture this bison so they can't free it. Here, I chose to capture the bison instead of this badger mole. This is kind of target priority. Yes, the badger moles are very good tiles and they're very necessary for getting rid of to be able to attack the lotus, but right now the board is focused on this badger mole because my opponent's threatening to capture this chrysanthemum and free the bison. So if I leave this bison unchecked by going to capture this badger mole, then this bison is going to cause me a lot of problems. So I need to capture it first, which is why I did this. Then I can focus on other things. Okay, we've got a little bit of a clump of tiles here, which is always interesting. Let's put our dragon all the way out here so it is outrange of my opponent's dragon lily. Another Vagabond game with Human Child. I just placed my lotus and they placed their wheel here, which is an interesting placement for their wheel. I'm assuming it's because I might put a badger mole here. I'm not too sure, but I think what I will do is put a badger mole here, just make the fortress. And let's see, down here, I threatened to take this badger mole, and I think that's what I will do. There's nothing else I need to worry about right now, so the badger mole makes sense to capture. Got a game of Adevar with Allegory here. And unfortunately, again, for Allegory, I have a win here with the White Lotus. Interestingly enough, we both had the White Lotus, which is kind of funny. But yeah, with the White Lotus, you have to be very careful. These can sneak up on you and be dangerous very quick. It's a good game. So we've got a game of fire here, and my opponent has done a very interesting move I've never seen before. I rarely see people use the bow on their own tiles if it is not for a win. This is a very interesting use of the white 3. And it might seem a bit strange at first, but I don't think this is the worst move. It does break up an MCH, which is not good, I don't like that. But it puts the white 3 in a much better position. It gives you this move for your next turn, and it remains blocking my white 5 while freeing up your white 3. So it's an interesting move, and I think with this move you're kind of hoping to win with a harmony ring by getting your tiles close to the center here and get something going. I don't know, this is an interesting move that I haven't really seen before, but we'll have to be a little careful there to make sure they can't run away with anything. But let's just harmonize with our red 4. Let's put a white 5. Let's put a red 5 up here, and we get a wheel, which is interesting. I guess we can do this move here, so that it gives us another MCH, and we have a win possibility here. So yeah, I don't mind that move at all. And this is another advantage of putting the white 5 on this side. One, I like putting the 5 movement flowers in the opposite colored garden because they have a lot of movement. They can easily get back to the same colored garden as them. But also because I have the white 5 on this side, I'm able to pull the white 4 with the wheel into a white garden, creating an MCH like this, which is something I would not have been able to do if the white 5 was over here. Let's see another Fire Pai Sho game here. We're near the end. Let's see, so they're using my Lotus again. I can't really stop them. Well, I could stop them with my Orchid, and I think that would probably be a good move. I'm not seeing a lot of other options, so I'm thinking that's probably what I'll do. There's not much else I can do here right now, so let's do this. And we get a rock. So our opponent has an MCH here, here, and that's it. So I think we should maybe block their Orchid here so that they can't harmonize with the Lotus like that. I think that's probably a good move. Let's do that. Cut ourselves another fire game here. So they do cut off an MCH of mine, and they have this going, which is a win possibility if they put a Lotus here and pull a white 4 here. So something to keep in mind. I think I'm just going to be using this opening I have because it's the only one I have right now. I always do this. I can never draw a straight line. I always draw it to the wrong spot. For some reason, I always mess that up. I always think it's one space over for some reason. But anyway, let's just do this, and we get a rock. So we're going to be breaking up one of these 2 harmonies because I don't want them to have their win possibility that they have. So which one should we do? I'm thinking this one because it also blocks this white 4. I think that's probably a good spot for the rock. Yeah, let's do that. I think that's probably the best spot. Now we've got ourselves some more Gini. This happens a lot in my openings where they block my jump, but like I've explained before, I don't mind getting the Lotus here, and then eventually maybe this. Another Gini game here. They capture back their fire tile, which is a little scary, a little worrisome. I really just need to start making my own threats, but it's hard to do right now. I could pull the... No, I can't even pull the Lotus because it is protected by the Ginseng. Interesting. This is not a very good position for me. An interesting move I could do is this. Set up, so that is a threat, but the only bad thing about this is my opponent can go here, and that would be kind of a rough move to deal with. That would be a pretty good move for them, and it would be pretty bad for me. I mean, it wouldn't be the worst. My Badgermole would be free, but I don't really like that. Are there any better options than that? This Koi is free. I could move it here for whatever reason. It doesn't freeze the Badgermole though, so it doesn't do anything really because this Koi is already frozen by this Koi. I could develop my Dragon. I might just develop my Dragon up so that I can push back their Lotus when they push it with a fire tile potentially. Because if they push it here, then I can push it back. Well, I don't want to go here because I'll be frozen. I don't want to go here because it'll go there and then I can jump over the Dragon. So I'd have to go here and push it here. But then they have this Badgermole flip. So actually this doesn't really work. Yeah, this is a pretty bad position for me right now. I could just put my Bison here, boost my Badgermole, threaten this. It's not the worst thing ever. I think I'm going to try this. Let's see how this goes. It seems like the least risky move, while still being somewhat decent, I think. Okay, so they capture back, and I can capture their Daily Agent. And when they capture back with their Dragon, or is this the Unagi? I can never tell. I can capture back with the Lotus, and then it'll be a good exchange for me. Got one more capture game here. They capture my Vatu with their Daily Agent. I can capture back with the Air Monk, or with Wan Chi Tong, but the Air Monk makes more sense because right now it's in danger of being captured by this Lotus, so I'll move it out of range of my opponent's tiles. Yeah, it's not a very valuable piece because it can no longer capture any tiles, but it's still better to have a tile than not have a tile, even if it can't capture anything. I've got ourselves some Overgrowth. We are looking for harmonies here, so this looks like to be a good spot, and this is what I was talking about when I went over this game in a previous episode. it just depends on who draws their tiles first. So if my opponent had drawn a red 4 here like they just did, then this would have been very bad for me. But since I was able to draw a tile that harmonizes with both of them first, then it was actually good for me. And I don't think this is the worst thing ever, because the odds are higher that I'll be able to draw a tile that can harmonize with both of these, because a red 3 and a red 5 both work here in this spot. For my opponent, it's only a red 4 that works here, so not too terrible looking back on it. We get a wheel, so we're going to be blocking Disharmony. This is the only spot I see that blocks 2, so we're going to do that. 2 more Overgrowth games. We're looking for Disharmonies. We've got a white 4. Can't just place it here because it'll still harmonize with the white 3. I mean, we can, but it's not the best move. We're trying to find something better than that, but I don't think there is right now. There's no way to really get something better than that I can see. So we're just going to be getting 1 Disharmony, but where should we get it? Where's the best spot? I'm thinking here, so that we can potentially pull a white 4 or a red 4 to go here. Or we could do here for the same idea, and then that way my opponent can't pull a red 3 to put here. It would have to be a white 4, which would be good for me. So yeah, this is the better spot. Because here, let's say I put it here, and eventually I get a white 4 and put it here. My opponent could then draw a red 3 and put it in one of these spots, and it would block this Disharmony while making a new one with a white 5. But since I put the white 4 here, if I eventually put like a red 4 here, which would be very good, then my opponent can no longer block it with a red 3 because this is a white garden, obviously. They'd have to block it with a white 4 if they want to form a harmony with these white 5s, which would still be a Disharmony for me, so that doesn't work. They'd have to block it with something else like a white 3. So this has a higher potential to be a better outcome for me. I think both have equal risks. I mean, this one's probably safer, and this one has higher potential to be good for me, because if I pull a red 4 here, that would be very good. One more Overgrowth game. I pull a red 3, and I'm looking for harmonies. So I'm immediately seeing this. I get 2 harmonies. It's the only spot I see where I can really do that. And actually, I just noticed another one that would be even better. I could put it next to one of these white 5s to get rid of a Disharmony and get 2 harmonies, so that would definitely be the best spot I can put it. I could also put it here, which would not be bad, but obviously this spot is better because I get 2 harmonies and get rid of a Disharmony, so that would be very nice for me. I think I want to put it here so that potentially I can pull a white 5. Well, a white 5 here would not be the best because it disharmonizes with this white 5. I mean, with this red 5. So maybe not there, actually. What can harmonize with a red 3? A red 4 and a red 5. Well, I might still want to put it here, because if I pull a red 4, I can put it here, and then it's right next to this red 3 and harmonizes with this red 3, which I think would be very good. And I can't do the same over here with this red 5, because it disharmonizes with this white 4. So yes, I'm going to put it right next to this white 5 over here. Now we've got some Undergrowth, and my opponent got rid of my... Wait, I'm confused. So I got rid of their red 5, and then they put a red 5 here, but then it immediately got captured. Then they put one here. That's strange. They may have done that on accident, I'm not sure. But okay, well this red 5 is vulnerable, so I think we're going to be taking advantage of that. Just put a white 5 here, I think is the only way to really do that effectively. So let's do that. And now we're targeting this white 3 by putting a white 3 here, and a red 3 here, or a red 3 here. Red 3 here would be better, obviously. So I want to also try and target this white 4. We don't have a great way to do that, but we can begin by putting a, let's see here, a red 3 here maybe. Put a red 4 here, threaten this, and it still gives us this red 3, white 3 here. So yeah, that looks good to me. Got some more Undergrowth. And okay, so we cannot capture any tiles right now, really. I mean, we could put a red 5 here and a white 5 here, and actually I think I will do that. Just because I believe capturing a tile is the best idea when you can. This is an even trade because even though I put one of my tiles not in a central garden, which doesn't give me any points, this one does give me a point, and I got rid of one of their tiles, so I still get I still go up 2 in the net total of points in the center. It's the same as just putting 2 tiles in here. But this way I get rid of one of my opponent's tiles and get rid of options for them to place more tiles while giving myself some more with this one. So I believe that is the correct play. Let's just make sure my opponent isn't threatening to capture anything. They could put a white 4 here, but then they can't really do anything after that to threaten capturing this white 4. So yes, I think I am safe here. They could put a red 5 here and then put an orchid, or yeah, they'd have to put an orchid here, and that they could do that, but then they're weakening their own red 5, so I don't think that'd be a good move, or a move I'm scared of at all. Got another game of Undergrowth here. I almost said we've got another game of Human Child. Well, it is a Human Child game, but anyway, this is the end of an Undergrowth game, so there's not really anything I can do in terms of capturing, and I don't really have to worry about being captured myself because my opponent only has one red 5, so let's just do this and not think too much about it. There's not really anything better to do here. This can even be weakened, it doesn't matter. So yeah, let's do this, and this game should be a tie. So GG. Ties are somewhat common in Undergrowth, but they're not as common as in a variant like Vagabond, you know? And I don't mind ties in Undergrowth, because you have to play pretty well to get a tie in Undergrowth. It's not just like you can autopilot to a tie, if you're playing a good player, of course. You can do that in Vagabond pretty much. You can autopilot to a tie a lot of the time. But in Undergrowth, you have to put in some thought to not lose, and sometimes when you don't lose, that leads to a tie, if that makes any sense. But okay, so we got another Undergrowth game here. My opponent is guessed. This white 5 is weakened, this white 5 is weakened. I don't have any 5 flowers though, so it doesn't matter that they did this. I can't take advantage of this, so they saw that, of course. So this is near the end. I want to save my Lotus for last just to ensure that I can place my last tile in the center garden. So let's just place a red 3 over here and a white 3 over here. It doesn't matter very much because my opponent cannot capture 3 flowers right now if they are not weakened. I don't see anything being threatened really. I should win this one. There's no way they can catch up with this much of a difference. Some key Pai Sho. Let's move out our white 5 here. Actually, I'd like it here because I don't want them to be blocked by this. Got some Nick Pai Sho here. Let's develop this water tile. Seems like a good jump. Now we just need some fire up here, and we should be pretty good. Got another Nick game with FNS here. Let's develop this water tile maybe. We have everything we need really up here. We're just gonna want to start developing the Lotus soon. So let's get one more water tile up, I think. Let's put it over here though, so it's not in the way of our Lotus in the future. And I think we should be pretty good over there. Another Nick game. We already have a fire tile somewhat developed. What we need is a water tile really, but this water tile we can develop. So let's do this actually. So this is looking pretty good here, but we would like some water more developed up towards the center, ideally. So before we develop our Lotus, let's maybe do this. I think that's good. Now I have all 4 elements up here and our avatar. So looking pretty good there. Nick game with Allegory here. I think now we can start to develop our Lotus tile a bit more. But first we need to move the avatar tile out of the way. So let's see, we're on the edge of the map. Let's convert this tile and then close this up to get 2 free spaces. heXentafl. So we cannot capture this right now, but we can threaten to capture... No, that doesn't threaten to capture the king. Maybe let's just move another piece down here. Doesn't seem like a bad idea to me. I'm not too sure though. Tumbleweed. Let's capture this tile here so that the opponent can't capture the center tile anymore. Grand Vagabonds. Wow, my Lotus is under a lot of attack here. Oh, I heard there was a buff to the knotweed, but I didn't actually know what it was. Is this the buff? When you place it, you get rid of a tile and you place one of your own? That seems like a really good buff. Well, now I'm completely lost, right? My Lotus is completely under attack. I don't see what I could do about this. Yeah, what? I don't think there's anything I can do at this point. Well, this is not very good at all. Not too sure what I can do here, really. Maybe I could try using the lion turtle. I've never used this tile before, but I don't see what else could really do much for me in this position. Just seems pretty bad. Also, I don't know if this Badgermole is actually supposed to be captured or if it's in my reserve. I'll have to double check everything. Well, we have a knotweed of our own that I could use. I'm not going to use it right now because I'm not quite sure how it works now after seeing that move. So Let's avoid using the knotweed for now. I guess we can use a lion turtle. I think I understand how the lion turtle works, but I'm not too sure. I think if we put it here, then in its range is all this stuff, which means they can't capture anything other than the lion turtle, so they have to go here. And it's not in direct range of any of the wheels right now, which is good. It'll take them at least a turn to get there, and it's out of range of this jasmine, so I think this is maybe a good move. I'm not actually too sure how it works, but hopefully that's good. Go back to this Nick game. Let's develop our Lotus like I said. And finally, for the last one today, let's do this Grand Vagabond game. So I have a dragon. I should probably get my dragon out. Let's make sure it's out of range of this fire lily. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It needs to be down here somewhere. Let's put it here. It seems like a good spot. Out of range of a lot of stuff. And yeah, that should be it for today. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.